everybody. Welcome to Robin Tasty Pastries and Cuisine. This is my second show. I'm so excited again. And I did my first one, I did spaghetti, and it really came out very nice. And I had lots of calls, and I was gratified. So I'm here again to share another meal with you guys and how to make it. And it's very inexpensive, but it does take a little longer than spaghetti. But let's get started. Okay, today we're gonna have pink salmon croquettes out of the can. You can make this with fresh salmon, or you can use the cans. This is how my mother made it, in the cans. And when I say delicious, take you through a throwback of the years when your mom made salmon croquettes. Oh my God, I just love salmon croquettes. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make them Robin's way and my mom's way, Letty. Okay, I'm gonna finish opening this last can, and then I'm gonna get some of the salmon there. And I have it like that. I just kind of scaled down on some of all the things that I have to do to get prepared, so you guys don't have to see all that. But anyway, this is really easy and very simple and recipe. And I want you to know, whatever Robin cooks is easy to make. If I can make it, you can make it. So I'm gonna take that juice off of there. And that's what you wanna do once you open your can. You wanna take your juice off of that. And then, I already did the others, so I just wanted to show you what to do from here. Okay, now, we also have a bone inside of this salmon in every can. And if you kind of just open that up really, really slow, look, you'll see the bone. And that just comes right out. You just kind of take that right out. Now, some people, believe it or not, the bones are soft. It's not like if you're eating a piece of fish and you're going to choke on it. You will never choke on these bones. These bones are very soft. And yes, you can eat these bones. I just choose not to eat them. So, always double check, because sometimes it'll shock you and have a few more in there. And all that skin, usually I'll keep it on. But today I'm gonna take it off. Okay, that's the little silver skin from the salmon. Okay, now we've opened this one. And you just wanna continue to do the exact same thing through all of them. They have some little bigger pieces, just kind of feel for it. And then we're gonna take that. Here's a few more bones. Take those off of there. And when I say these are so delicious, I mean talking about take you back. I was telling my sister, she was asking me the other day, what am I gonna cook next? She said, that was just awesome. I said, well, thank you. And I said, girl, I'm gonna make salmon. And boy, she brought up what she used to call salmon Simon. We're gonna have Simon tonight. Mommy's cooking Simon. I said, no, Mommy's cooking salmon. But she used to always call it Simon. So that we just cracked up about it. I tell you, it just brings back all the wonderful old memories that we've had. And I tell you, she's my sister. I call her my baby sister because I am the youngest of all of them. And but so she was my baby sister. I call her my baby sister. Her name is Ruthie. And I just love her to death. And so we were cracking up about old times and about how she called the salmon Simon. Boy, we hooped. But anyway, that was so fun. But anyway, so I'm just continuing the process on how to get the bones out of here. So that's what you want to continue to do. And the skin, But you do want to get these bones out of here. I like it better without the bones. See how big that was? And that just came automatically out. So you're not going to die if you eat a bone. But I just perfectly like them out. Normally I do 2 cans. 2 cans is a plenty for me and my husband and my daughter. But I'm going to go on and do 3 cans. So a little bit could be left over for the next day because I don't want to have to cook tomorrow. So I getting these bones out of here. I'm loving it. Yep. Some of that skin off of there. You don't have to get all the skin, just some of it if you want it. If you don't want it, fine. You don't have to have it. It's not going to kill you if you keep it. But, yeah, you want to get the bones. So, yeah, so there's no bones in here. Okay, we got some bones, some more bones right here. So I'm getting these bones out right here on the side. See these bones? You can see, though, they're just little small little bones. But you want to get those out. I don't like them in mine. I don't think my mom, I'm pretty sure she took them out. I don't remember eating any of these bones. And see that big old bone right there? Look, so easy. See how that just lifted right up? So that's exactly how you do it. Exactly. So I open it and kind of look on the other side to make sure it's not any more bones. Take some of that skin off. And, yeah, a few more bones. I get those bones out. So you gotta open it up to get those bones. If you really don't want those bones in there, I don't like the bones in mine. So, no more bones. We got them all. We got all the bones. Yes, we got all the bones. Get that off. That skin. I don't like that skin in there. Get that skin off there. Okay, so now I'm going to put all this in a bowl. You see how I'm doing it. Now this is how I would normally do it if I was at home. You know, just cooking for my family and not cooking for you guys. But I'm cooking for you guys and I'm going to do it exactly how I would do it at home. I'm not going to change up on what I do. I'm going to cook it just like I would make it at home. Now, okay, so now that's done. So, put this to the side. We're done with all of that. And now I'm going to wash my hands. And then we can get started more. Okay, now, these are all the seasonings that you will use. A little bit of paprika. This is just something I like to use, but you don't have to use it. So it's optional. Basil, parsley, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, and some garlic. And then I don't use as much salt because I'm gonna add these little chicken poultry for it's like little packs, and so I'm going to add these two. So this will be the salt intake that we need. So you don't really need to add any more salt. So watch what I do. So we're going to add this in here, the chicken seasoning. That's one. I'm going to add a half of the other. And then the other half I'll save for another time. So now we have some onions, bell peppers, red and green. Now I've already sauteed these, and let me tell you why I sauteed them. Because when you're making salmon croquettes, you don't want these to be undone when you're frying your salmon croquettes. You want these to be done. And I discovered that a while back because I used to put them in raw and then fry up the salmon croquette. But I don't do that anymore because it would give me heartburn. So I've learned different ways on how to take different tricks. So now I saute these. I don't put them in raw because I want them to cook all the way. So these are already cooked, so I don't really have to worry, but I'm going to add this in here. So, and I fried it up early because you don't want this warm going in your mix. And let me tell you why, because you're finna add that egg. And you do not want scrambled eggs in your salmon croquettes. So now, watch me. Let's just throw this in here. I'm gonna kind of even it all out, but which I'm gonna mix it up anyway. But you wanna put all that wonderful flavoring in your salmon croquettes. But I tell you, yes. And you talking about some good. Oh man, I tell you. I have a little surprise for you guys too later. I'm making the whole meal. Now, for my salmon croquettes, I like smothered onions and potatoes and cream corn. And that's what we're going to have for dinner today, you guys. Okay, now, here's the eggs. And normally, I would take a bowl and I crack it in the bowl so your eggshells will not get in that bowl. And then if you have a bad egg, you don't have to worry about it. There you go. See, you do one at a time. My eggs were kind of small. Normally, I'll just do 2 large eggs. But today, I'm going to do 3 eggs because they're smaller eggs. So, because I'm doing 3 cans. So, I'm doing the 3 eggs. And I always do it separately. That way, you don't have any shells. And if there's a bad egg, you can just throw it away. It will not ruin the rest of your meal because it will ruin your meal if you don't do that. So, now, so we have that incorporated, all up mixed up together. So now you have an option. Now, my mother, when she made salmon croquettes, she made them with crackers. White saltine crackers or non-saltine, but she made them with these. Now that's how I make mine, but today I'm gonna make some with a little bit of both. Here's the bread crumbs. A lot of people make it with the bread crumbs. So I'm gonna do a little bit of both. But this is exactly how I make mine with the crackers. And I'll show you how I just take them, open them. I grab some in my hand, keeping it real simple, you guys. Really simple. And a lot of people say if they're smaller, they're called salmon croquettes, or they're salmon patty thing. It's the salmon croquette. A salmon croquette is a salmon croquette. And that's the way I was taught. A salmon croquette is a salmon croquette, whether you make it as a hamburger, size of a hamburger bun, a hamburger meat, or a smaller one. It's still a salmon croquette. So, you see how I did that, you guys? You know, really chop up those, you know, go over it. You know, you want that to be really, that's going to combine it all together. See how I did that in my hand? I'm getting them all crunched up as good as possible. You don't need nothing special. Just do it with your hands. And that's how I've learned how to do my salmon croquettes. I'm going to use this whole, it was not a whole line, but it was a little more than half. So I'm going to finish with all of these. See how I'm doing that? Really as crunchy as possible. Now, that's how I make mine. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of these breadcrumbs. Just a little to make it a little more fuller. There you go. And that's all I used. I used about a tablespoon and a half I threw in there with that almost half a pack of crackers. Okay, now, so now, I don't want to put any salt in it right now, but I am going to put the pepper in it. And what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys, because last time I did not measure. And I kept saying my spaghetti, it was teaspoons, but it was tablespoons. So I want to make that correction on my spaghetti. So this is 1/4 cup. So I'm doing half of the 1/4 cup of pepper. See me putting that in there? 1/4 cup of pepper. That's what I'm doing. So we did that. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this garlic powder. I should have did this earlier, but I wanted you to see. This is 1/4 cup of garlic powder, but I'm only going to use, see, that's the whole thing. I'm going to do a little more than half. See that? So that was just half. So that's what I used. Okay, now this is parsley. I'm just going to do a couple of shakes, and this is ground parsley. 1, 2, 3. Just to give it some color and beauty and a good flavor. So now this is my paprika. So I'm only gonna put in half a tablespoon of paprika in mine. That's what I'm gonna do. So then I like a little spice in mine. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper flakes. Just 1, 2 shakes, maybe 3. And that's it. So I'm going to add, now I already put the salt contents in there with the chicken bouillon. But I'm going to add just a little shake. So then we're done. So that's all ready to roll. This is what we're going to put in there. A little bit of poultry seasoning. It's optional. You do not have to use it. But I like the taste of it. So I know you guys are like, what? A little chicken poultry? Yeah, it's good though. It gives it a great flavor. So, now... So, I'm going to take my fork, and I'm just going to kind of incorporate everything together. Now, normally, y'all wasn't watching me, I'd have my hands all up in this. But I'm gonna do it the right way for the television, for you guys to see. But normally, I take my hand, and I smush all this together. Now... And you want to get those eggs incorporated all up in it. Because, see, the eggs are for to combine it. To get it all together. And the crackers and the breadcrumbs. So you want to get all that incorporated together. You know. That looks so good. So wonderful. But man, oh man, you're going to see how wonderful these are. Okay, now I just don't feel right, you guys, because I don't feel like I'm incorporating it all together right. So I'm finna go old school on y'all. I've already washed my hands, but I'm gonna rewash them. And now I'm drying them. And so now, I'm finna get down and dirty, y'all, because I gotta do it Robin's way. So this is how I will put all that together. Combining it together. So for me, I want a little, I'm gonna add just a little bit of, I clean up as I go, y'all, so don't pay me no mind. I'm gonna just add a little breeze of some oil. And that's just like a little capsule full. And I'm gonna combine all that together. Yes. Now I'm gonna take, I feel like it needs a little more breadcrumbs. I'm gonna add a little few more. So I'm gonna take 1/4 of a measuring cup. It's 1/4. You can see I'm adding those in there. Because I really want that. I'm gonna do it again because I need more. I'm doing, normally I do 2 cans. I'm doing 3 cans. The more I don't feel like cooking. Okay. Because when I cook these things, girls, they're gone. Men and women, they rush and Bobart me, and they grab them. They are so delicious. Yes, so delicious. So I'm gonna taste just a little bit of that. Salt and everything is wonderful. The flavor is wonderful. This fish is already cooked, so don't feel like. Okay, so that's already incorporated. So now let me get this all cleaned up on the side. Okay, so that's all wonderful. Now, if you notice, on the side here, I have some flour. I didn't mix it up because I wanted you guys to see. I had already added a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of basil, and a teaspoon of paprika. And then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna put this together like that. I'm gonna mix it now. I like my flour to have seasoning in it because it's nothing like having all that flavor on that beautiful salmon croquette and inside. And then you taste the outside, the crust of it, and it doesn't have that flavor. So yeah, so I flavor my flour. Yes, I do. And everybody does it different, but this is how my mother did it. And this is how my daddy, I never seen him make salmon croquettes, but he could cook. He taught my mother how to do a lot of cooking too. He was the Southern cook. She was the more early American, the spaghetti, the tacos, the pinto beans. She was that girl. My father, he was the Southern cook from Shreveport, Louisiana. And man, they both could throw down. They both could throw down. Okay, so now, I'm going to move over here. The middle of my area, and you're gonna see me. I already have my, come this way, I already have my oil on, and I'm gonna take a little of that flour. It should be ready. No, not quite. So I'm gonna cut it up here. Now, I had to cut it down because I was preparing that, and I didn't want to get this grease too hot because these salmon croquettes are cooked too soon and burn. And you don't want them to burn. You want them to just sit on medium heat. So now I'm cutting it on medium heat, if you can see. And so that should come up to a nice little sizzle. And then, I want to get that warm. I'm going to cut down just a tad and let that come up to a sizzle. So now, what you want to do is take yourself another plate, and you're going to create these. so easy to create. I'm going to show you. Take your hands. Now, I cook with my hands, you guys. So don't take it as offense. I keep my hands nice and clean, but this is how I cook. And believe me, my house is, my kitchen's clean and sanitized, and my hands are clean. So some people make them bigger. I'm going to make them bigger than that. I make them a little bigger than this. So that's what you want to do. You want to take it into a ball like that. Make it like a ball. Kind of squish it together softly, because they will come loose if you fool with them too much. So now I'm going to pat it down, and I'm doing the sides as I go. See how I'm doing the sides as I go? You don't want a meatball. You want a patty, like a crab cake patty. That's what you want. These are very similar to a crab cake, different flavor and different taste, but very, very, very similar to a crab cake and how I make my crab cakes. And you can see these little openings. You want to kind of close those, you know. And this is a patty you don't want to play with it too much, because it will fall apart. It will. Oh my grease is starting to look really good, you guys. So now I'm gonna take you guys over here to the seasoned flour. So I'm gonna take some on my hand, because this patty, you really don't want to mess with it too much, because it will come apart. It really will, and you don't want that. And you kind of brush it, flip it really soft, you know, and take that excess off, you know. And you talking about flavor, get it on the sides. I get all my stuff on the sides. And man, you talking about so wonderful. And we're gonna set that right there. And we're gonna start on another and another. And this is how you make them. I tell you, I taught my daughter Aja how to make them, and she can really, whew, it's wonderful to see that you taught your kids that, and then they make it exactly like you. Because, you know, sometimes you get tired of cooking. And so when you're like, Mom, I cooked, I made, you know, salmon croquettes, and, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's one of my favorite meals. So you see how I'm making it like a meatball. Add a little more to it though. And yeah, so that's what you want to do. And you take it into a little ball. See, like I had it. And then you want to press it on down. And see, now you don't have to worry about those onions and bell peppers, because they're already sauteed. They've already been cooked. So when you're eating them, you won't have all that heartburn. Because I tell you, I wouldn't make them for a long time, because I would suffer with that. So, but now I don't have that problem at all. So you live and you learn. And I'm living and I'm learning. See how beautiful that is? So I'm going to take those sides, set those sides up, because you don't want it to crack, you know. Because once you try to flip them over, you know, you don't want them to crack. So see how pretty that is? Take the hand, go over your salmon croquette. Do the same thing for the other side. Get your sides. It's really that simple, you guys. And oh my God. I like them to sit for a few minutes before they get in there. And I do about 4 at one time. I see my skillet is getting a little higher, so I'm going to cut it down just a tad. I don't want them to burn. I want you to see just how beautiful they are and golden when they do get golden. So once you put them down in that skillet, you don't want to fool with them, because they will tear up on you. Okay, so making that meatball. So I'm going to finish the rest of these, and I'm going to come right back with you. And then we're going to put them in the skillet. Okay? Be right back. If you notice, I finished all the salmon croquettes and let them sit for a little bit. So now we're ready to fry. Now check it out. So you want your grease, to check your grease. I usually use a little bit of flour, but I don't have any left right there. So this is what I'm gonna add a little bit. This cup. And you'll know if it's on medium. You don't want it too high, because it will burn them. But that sizzle, you see how that's sizzling? You be careful because that will pop. Yeah, so it's ready. So now we're gonna add easy, really easy in there, because they will break loose, you guys. So, you know, treat them with tender love and care, because they will break loose. So, you don't want them too close. You want to be able to get to them when you need to get to them. So I'm only gonna do I'll do 5, because then I'll have 4 more left. See how that's trying to come apart? So, what you want to do is keep an eye on that. Keep it on medium heat, because you don't want them to undercook and you don't want them to burn. So you want medium heat. And if that's not sizzling, when you put those salmon croquettes in there, that oil is not ready. That oil is ready when you see it sizzling like this, because if you put them in too soon, all that salmon croquette is going to do is just suck up your oil, and they're going to be so greasy, and you're not going to want them. So the proof is, and the real proof of it is, get that oil nice and crispy, but not too hot, just enough. Don't that look wonderful, you guys? So we're going to take our time. We're not going to turn it over. We're just going to let them cook. Now, while we're doing that, I have a surprise for you guys. So I like salmon croquettes with smothered onions and potatoes. And I tell you, they're to die for. And yes, I pre-cooked them, you guys, because this takes a little bit longer than prepping these. So I went on and pre-made it. It's really, really easy. You add like 1/4 cup to 2 1/4 cups of oil. And you get your onions, bell peppers, green, red, and the onions. And you let that kind of come to a fry. And then once it comes to a fry, then you put that top over and let it steam. And you talking about, I put a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of pepper, and a tablespoon of garlic powder. That's all you need with those onions, bell peppers, and all that. And I didn't put a whole lot of onions and bell peppers because we also had it in the salmon croquettes. So you don't want to overdo it with that. So, but those onions, if you just want them by yourself, I make these a lot for breakfast. Oh my God, you talking about delicious. But wait till we sit here and serve it all. You guys are going to be like, oh my goodness. Now I have another surprise for you. Now I like cream corn with mine. Now usually when I make my cream corn, I take 2 cream corns and 1 whole corn. It's just us, so I'm only going to do the 2 cans of cream corn. And I've already opened them, and I have my skillet ready. I sprayed it down because it's a non-stick pan here. So I'm going to cut that on, get that going. And so, see, that's going. So all I'm going to do is real simple while I'm cooking these up. I'm going to throw these 2 cans in here. Okay? And here's the other can. I'm going to throw that in there too. Hold on, this one, the top didn't come all the way off when I cut it. So, trying to open it. Let's see if it'll open this way. Yeah, it opened. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing the 2 cups, the 2 cans, and I grab a little water. I want all of that creaminess out of that can. So I do that with both cans, and I stir it around, and I add it to my corn. It's so easy to make, you guys. So what I do, I let it kind of come to a boil. And then I take my butter, my fresh butter. It's already soft. See that? And I throw that in my corn. I do 2 of those. That's all we need. Let that come, start melting, and then you're gonna see what I'm doing. I'm gonna kind of put it in the middle so that corn get the stirring, get the melting. You're gonna see that butter melting, and then I'll add my salt, little pepper, and I always add a little sugar to mine. Very little, but a little bit of sugar in mine. Now these salmon croquettes, let's go back to the salmon croquettes right here. See, now this was the first one I put in, and see, look how beautiful. Woo, that is. Oh, isn't that golden brown? Woo, isn't that beautiful? I mean, my. So we're gonna go with that. What's the first one I put in? Let's check this one. Not quite ready. And so I'll just keep checking them as I go. They're not quite ready to go. So just gonna let them cook. And you talking about some delicious. Yes. Oh my God, this takes you back. My sister, though, she would have me dying calling these salmon patties. They're salmon croquettes to me. But she would have me dying laughing, calling them Simon. We're having Simon for dinner. I was like, well, where does Simon live? You mean Simon's coming to dinner? She says, no, we're having Simon for dinner. I said, oh, girl, we having salmon croquettes. But anyway, she was my little sister. I love her. And that was just so funny. I tell you, you had to be there, but it was awesome. Just the memories that goes with looking at my mom in the kitchen cooking these. It takes me way back. This was one of her meals she would make for us. My father, like I said, he was more of a Southern cook. And my mother was more of American type cook, but she was Italian. She did it all, but she was good. And then he taught her how to do a lot of the Southern, and she took it on. She knew what to do. And so, you know, Mom and Dad could cook. They both could cook. And so I'm ready to flip that one over. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oh my God, you guys, my little mouth is getting all ready for that. That one's not quite ready. Let's check that one. Yeah, that was ready. Oh my goodness. You talking about wonderful. That one's ready too. That was a smaller one. So, I mean, just to die for. Now, I don't know about you guys and how you like to eat your salmon croquettes. But honey, I get me a spoonful of those potatoes, a plate of those, and I get me a salmon croquette and a half. And I plate my dinner with that beautiful corn on the side. And I have to definitely get me some ketchup. I eat it old school, you guys. Old school. Ketchup. My sister, I've seen them eat it, different ones with the mustard and a little hot sauce. I'm not the hot sauce girl. You give me some mustard, I'm happy. Ketchup, I'm happy. So, yeah, I'm sorry, my cat, but it was over with you guys. But anyway, I'm excited about this meal, and it's coming along. We got 4 more to cook, and I'm going to show you guys how to do my cream corn. It's really simple. The butter is melting now. So, see that? Butter's melting. So just kind of incorporate that with the stir. I mean, And keep an eye on those salmon croquettes, because they will burn on you. Don't keep up with it. I gotta turn this one over. That one's ready. Oh my, don't burn yourself, I know. I didn't burn myself. You can't burn yourself. And, oh my goodness. Ah! I tell y'all, it makes you want to just call your mama. I tell you. Woo, Lord, this is awesome. You talking about some good. We gonna eat good today. I tell you, I ate that spaghetti for 2 days. I'm ready for something different now. So, I'm excited. So now let's go back to the corn. And we're gonna finish stirring that. This is all we're gonna add. I already have it laid out. This was a tablespoon. Well, it's really a half a tablespoon of garlic powder. So you want to throw that in there. That's how I make mine. Then, now my kids, they don't really like me to do this, but I sound like mine. I put this a half of a teaspoon of pepper in mine. And then this is like a half of a teaspoon of salt. Already measured out. So, all we're gonna do is take that, combining and stirring all those flavors. And you talking about some good. That on it. So now, let me prepare my plate with my salmon. Okay. So this is what I do when I take them out. I always give me 2 napkins. I put one way, one the other, so to soak up any excess grease that it has. And this is how I do it. You talking about some good, some good, some good. Woo! I tell you, my brother, he was here last weekend. He gave me the best compliment. He says, girl, you know how to put it together. You know how to cook. You really can cook. So, and that day I did some wonderful greens, yams, and some succotash, fried chicken, baked chicken with the gravy. And I'm talking about absolutely wonderful. So they were all in town, and we had a ball. My brother, best friend Keith and Faye, and Steve and Karen, that's my brother, and my sister-in-law. And we had a ball, and he had some of his friends come over, and boy, did we have such a great time. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a little something like the secret I did with my spaghetti, I do with my wonderful corn. And this is what I do. I take half of a 1/3 cup of sugar. And I add to my cream corn. And I just stir that up. And that's done. It's just, I'm gonna let it, it's not done yet because I like mine to like kind of fry up, like really fire up a little more. So just incorporate all that and stir. And then, Okay, now, these patties are done. So I'm taking this out. So let's get that grease. So that's gonna suck up that excess grease that we don't need on these patties. See how beautiful they are. Oh my God. Delicious. 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 there we go. There you have it. And now we're gonna put the other 4 in here and do it all over again. That's what we're gonna do. And that's gonna be wonderful and delish. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Can't wait to eat. Hey you guys, guess what? Salmon croquettes are ready, and man, am I ready to eat. So, my daughter's here with me today, but she doesn't want to be seen. She's helping me out. So, I'm going to make 2 plates. So, look how wonderful this looks. These are the smothered onions and potatoes. Oh my God, it takes me back to my childhood. I tell you. So, that's one. And grab this plate here. Get some more. Oh my goodness. Don't that look wonderful, you guys? Okay, so I'm gonna move over here. And I'm gonna use the same spoon. Look at how wonderful that corn turned out. Real simple. 2 cans. Call it a day. A little salt, little pepper, little garlic powder, little sugar, and calling it a day. Isn't that beautiful? And this is how I plate it up, you guys. Oh man, you talking about awesome. We're going to head on to our area and eat. I mean, we're talking about some good eating. Look at here. I've plated my food. I'm finna wine and dine like a queen that I am. Ooh, God is good. He woke me up this morning, you guys. I'm with my right mind. I'm grateful. I don't take it for granted. And I just want to say how awesome he is to allow me to have this meal. Because a lot of people don't have the means. And if there's any way I can help get you the means, I will. Because I do share. Love you guys. Oh my God, I'm finna sit down. Look, I gotta cut through this, you guys. I have to let you guys see how wonderful this is. I tell you, you talking about some delish. Oh my God. So I have to move this a little closer and just, let you guys see me take a wonderful bite out of that. Oh my God. Oh, I don't even know what to tell you guys. Oh, this is heaven. Absolutely heaven. I tell you. I love cooking. I hope you guys learned something from this show today and learned how to cook salmon croquettes. I know I didn't show you guys how to do the smothered onions and potatoes, but I will make that a class for you guys to go along with either breakfast or the salmon croquettes or whatever you want to use them for. But I will give a class on how to make the smothered onions and potatoes. Cream corn is to die for. And I always take a little bit of that cream corn with my potatoes. Oh my God. You have to have it like this. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. It's to die for. I love you guys. Thanks for joining my show. Hope you loved it. Please subscribe my channel. If you loved it, please click it. Let me know how much you loved it. Something special you would like me to cook, I will be more than happy and grateful to do that for you and to show you how to do it. So just call me or click that number on subscribe on my website. It's all new. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. But now I'm going to eat my food and have a wonderful and blessed blessed day and week. See you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.